Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe, and here's my review of FZero as part of my look back on 16-bit racing games, well, and 8-bit ones as well actually, if I can find any ones better than the ones I'm going to be reviewing. But anyway, I've already done Rock and Roll Racing on the Super Nintendo, and I've done Street Racer on the Super Nintendo. I've got a few others I want to look at. Iron Man Stewart on the Nintendo. I'm not sure if there's a SNES version of that one around. Mario Kart obviously needs to be looked at. I will have a look at. I've had a look at Alonso Jr. on the Nintendo. That was actually quite enjoyable, if not obviously limited by the NES's graphics. It was actually quite good fun. We recently reviewed Top Gear 3000 for another channel called 8-Bit Anarchy. I will try to remember this time to put a link to that video in the description. Anyway, my review of FZero. I have to say I bought it I bought it very soon after it came out on the Super Nintendo. Although A, I never really liked it, and B, I was never very good at it. But that's just my personal opinion rather than trying to have an objective review. Right, gameplay. It's a racing game. You run your racing cups. There's nothing particularly stand out about the gameplay in terms of what you actually do. The sort of standout features for this game, if you will, are more about how it looks. It does play very, very fast. I think I'm in the slowest craft here because I wanted the one with the best handling. So I've got very fast acceleration but a fairly poor top speed. Another thing about the gameplay is the craft, if you will, that are always second, third and fourth behind you, do stick to you very closely no matter how fast and how clean a lap I did on this race, or the subsequent two races I think you see. They were always right behind me, so if I made a mistake, they zoomed in. There we go. There's one of them straight away. So I don't particularly like that aspect of racing game in a racing game, but there you go. This game, I don't know if it's the first one to do, but one of the first I remember where you had a power level and you could actually die. I like the collision detection is quite forgiving. If you bump into the side, it doesn't slow you down terribly. What it does do is it takes a bit of your power away. So I like the idea of that. It adds a bit of an edge to it. The tracks don't really inspire me that much. I don't know what that flashing means. I think it means he's about to die from lack of power or something, but anyway. The tracks don't really inspire me that much. I know there's is it Mute City? I think there's one of them's got a fairly famous, not so secret jump on it now. They play smoothly enough, and they certainly scroll and rotate very well. And certainly when you in the faster craft hitting turbos and stuff, you really are zooming along at a fairly good old lick. Gameplay wise, like I say, you're playing on a racing game, you race on the track and you try and win a cup. There is an expert mode available. I think you have to win obviously the first three cups and all that stuff without losing and all this carry on. I forget exactly how you get there, but anyway, there is an expert mode which I never got to. I don't think I ever got round to winning the King Cup or whatever it's called, the hardest one you can get from default anyway. Replay value, I'm not too sure. Once you set a pretty fast time on a track, I can't personally see myself coming back, whereas things like Rock and Roll Racing I always found more enjoyable than this personally. That's just my opinion. I think the tracks are actually fairly bland and there's not much going on. I mean, Rock and Roll Racing was obviously an early version. I don't know what this stripy shit was all about, other than I'm guessing it was supposed to be ice because the handling was crap. But yeah, you can't really shoot. You can't shoot anyone, so it's not massively exciting. A lot of reviewers, because it was obviously on the Super Nintendo, it's difficult for me to be objective when I've got so many other racing games that have gone since, but I've played since then. Don't get me wrong, it's probably an 8 out of 10 based on Super Nintendo games alone. I mean, these days, for me, it's probably personally a 6 because I don't particularly enjoy this kind of game. This is the ice shit that I kept falling off the other day. I don't like that. So I don't like the fact that the computer control one's right up your ass from the word go. No matter how fast you go, I don't like that. But that's just me. I'm not massively inspired by the graphics, but I do appreciate that they were unique for the Super Nintendo because of the Mode 7 chip and all that shit that was inside it. And nothing I remember was like this on the Mega Drive. I believe there was like a VR racing, that 32X attachment, but on the stock Mega Drive, I don't remember there being anything close to this. Gameplay wise, sorry, longevity wise, if you will. Oh, I'm not bothered. I think I'd do this once, go as far as I can before I got stuck, and then I'd just either trade it in or not bother turning it on again. Music wise, it's a bit plinky plonky shit, to be honest. I think the music in Mario Kart was a bit more inspiring and lively. Graphically and colour wise, it's okay. You know, they're trying to do what they can with the so-called cityscapes in the background. There's not a massive amount of vehicles on the track. I mean, in fairness, I don't know what I was doing here. In fairness, you know, you do tend to run into what do we call them? You know, those lagging at the back of the pack, if you will. So there is always something to do. You're not necessarily running around an empty track on your own all the time. There are people to avoid, which, you know, keeps it a little bit alive. There isn't much more to say really. The speed was what sold this game, and for me personally, once you've experienced it a few times, it wears thin quite quickly. Even on the Super Nintendo, there are other games I'd rather play. If I had to pick a racing game, it wouldn't be this, and it wouldn't be Super Mario Kart either. Street Racer, possibly. I prefer Rock and Roll Racing, and I like Iron Man Stewart. Those are the sort of games I like. I mean, based on the Super Nintendo, it's definitely an 8, possibly a 9. Today, compared with Rock and Roll Racing, Street Racer, I personally think they're ahead. Technically, it's streets ahead of anything else on the Super Nintendo, but once you get past the gloss of the graphics and, you know, the rotating graphics chip and all this stuff, it's not that exciting, I didn't think. There was a Nintendo 64 game I preferred, definitely to this, called Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which, graphics aside, had a bit more to it. There was, it went up and down for a start. There's just, you know, zooming around. There's nothing, you can't fire anything. I mean, at least Mario Kart, in fairness, has a bit more to do than just drive around. It had bonus games as well. There's just not much to this one. Anyway, that's my review, guys. So I would give it 8.5, 9 out of 10 from back in the day. Nowadays, there's other 16-bit, even 8-bit games I'd rather play than this. But anyway, I will do Super Mario Kart next, get that one out of the way, and I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and take it easy. I'll see you later. Bye.